Hey, here we are in the midweek show.
The midweek show, we have some Ron Zacapa and the Fat Hen. I don't know if you can see it. The Fat Hen Gordo.
Yeah, they doubled
Look
in
at that.
length. Almost,
Look at that.
almost
That's
doubled.
good.
Almost doubled.
That's
But
good.
substantial now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
First one. I have not had this one yet.
6 by 60, I believe.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Let's get that mad cut. Oh, there you go. Sounded good.
Well, as flat as that head is, it barely goes in that cutter.
Not getting anything on the cold.
And that's a big boy. That's a big boy V cutter.
It is.
And it barely fits in there.
Yeah, it is kind of a flat head. You might punch this one, right?
Yeah, punch it, or if you have a large guillotine, because they give you a very generous cap. So
Yeah.
you got plenty of room to play on that.
The safety cutter would be perfect for this too. A straight cut, but with safety cut to keep yourself honest.
As long as it'll fit a 60, you're good. Oh, I am loving life.
Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah, and a little going back to the rum. Going back to rum.
Yeah, I still have a little of that left over, but
You still have a substantial amount of that left
I
over.
have a whole nother glass. But I do. That means I get to try the
With
knob.
both. Oh, alcohol abuse.
That was bad.
Yeah, that was bad.
Don't do that.
The table didn't look that thirsty. Now, how will you know which one is which? All right, good draw. Good draw.
The fat
Smoky.
the fat hen is good. Yeah, and
Smoky, another kick out of major smoke.
Yeah, the original Drunk Chicken is like a freight train. It pumps out smoke like crazy. The Fat Hen is right next to it. But if this is anything like the smaller Flat Hen, it's more of a medium. It's not so much a bold, but it still puts out a good amount of smoke.
It's coming off real mild right now. On immediate light, it comes off real mild. It's immediate light though. We're not anywhere near in. just lit.
But I mean, that just goes. Not going to have any problem keeping this lit.
No, it kicks out a good amount of smoke. It's smoky. It's a big band though too. That cigar band's big.
Oh, hey, we need to cue the music, man.
Cue the music, man.
Thanks for tuning into the 2020 season of Cigars, Liquor, and More. As we join our buddies Bill
Howdy.
and our other brother Daryl
Smoke up, Johnny.
in the Backyard Speakeasy as they discover their thoughts on cigars, liquor, and anything else that comes to mind.
I said it before, anything and everything. Especially on the midweek show.
But I've emptied my mind. I've cleared my head now. I can't think
Are
of
you
anything.
totally relaxed?
I can't think of anything. I have no idea what time it is. And no, I've got
Do you-
nary a thought in my head.
Do you care?
Less and less.
I kept the same hat.
I did too, because I didn't bring two hats.
I've got plenty.
That's true. That's true.
Good stuff. The rooster finally shut up.
Oh, thank God. I'm like, so how much is a rooster?
How much is a rooster?
Yeah.
It depends.
Like if I had to compensate them for their rooster.
Well, considering that their daughter likes that rooster,
Sounds like an
it'd
expensive
probably be
rooster.
expensive.
All right. What if he?
If the daughter did not like the rooster,
Yeah.
probably not that expensive. No, that rooster over there didn't holler nearly as much until the folks moved in on the other side of him and put up a chicken coop with,
With
a
another
rooster.
rooster.
Yeah.
It's combat.
Yeah, right after they brought the hens and the rooster in, the rooster on this side, the rooster on that side, they went at it for a while. Not physically, once physically, not physically, but they've been.
But there was no money on it.
Crowing no money on it. They've been crowing, to say, hey, these hens are mine, and. They still go at it a little bit. They talk with one another. What we heard on the last show was just the one hen. You didn't hear the echo back from the other hens. Hopefully, the one rooster. Sorry. Yes. Thank you.
So
yeah. Yeah, the other one's got some problems. needs a training coach for rooster calling.
maybe we don't get him that coach.
But it sounds much better with a coach. Glorious. So I thought about having a bonfire in the background.
Oh, that would be fun.
But I don't know that it would come across that well on the camera.
Yeah, probably just wash out the camera.
No, it's so far back with that lens that it'd just be a spot.
Okay.
You really wouldn't know.
Just look like a sunset.
Lot of what it was. Yeah.
Be blurred.
So, I happen to have both Knob Creek and Zacapa. So
you can tell me about.
I'm trying
the
both.
two of them. Well, you're right. Rums go really great with cigars because made in the same place. They probably tailored them for each other.
Rum.
They evolved together, right?
I'm telling you. Yes, they did.
So Zacapa is going really nice with the.
Zacapa goes great with this cigar. The Knob Creek's a little harsh for this cigar, I think.
Yeah, this is. If it's approaching a medium, it's approaching a medium. It's not a full medium. This is a really mild cigar.
No, and I think I said, I think I used those words. Did I not? Approaching a medium?
Yeah, probably. I think probably.
Or close to a medium or something like that. It's working its way there. It's not quite. It's somewhere between a mild and medium. The original talks to you. The Mother Clucker talks to you. The Fat Hen is truly their motto in everyday cigar.
Yeah.
Or
any time of the day cigar.
Anytime cigar. Yeah. So this
this would be a good breakfast cigar.
Oh yeah, you can smoke this.
Provided you had a long breakfast. Because I have a feeling this is going to last a while. Now the original Fat Hen might be a true morning cigar in that it's much shorter.
Yes.
It's probably a half hour to 40 minutes.
Yeah, and it's a torpedo head, not a flat head.
That's true. It's a torpedo head. Yep, that's right.
So the Zacapa goes much better with it than the Knob Creek. It doesn't help that one of my favorite rums is Zacapa.
It never hurts. Never hurts when you got your favorite liquor with you.
And you got to love it when you find out that Ron means rum.
Means rum, yeah.
So the name says what it is. Got to love it. Because you don't hear Whiskey Knob, Whiskey Creek. Although Whiskey Creek would be a good name for a whiskey.
That would be a good name.
Maybe when we make our bourbon with Lone Elm, because that was postponed due to the whole COVID stuff. When we do that, maybe we can get a subtitle. So Lone Elm, Bourbon Creek.
I don't see why not.
No, or Bourbon Elm. Elm Bourbon? Bourbon Elm.
That make you feel like it's supposed to taste like elm, though.
As long as it doesn't taste like elderberry.
As long as it doesn't taste like elm. I don't think they neglect certain woods for no reason.
It's a good cigar.
Yeah, it lit up. And it's perfectly even burn. I like it. That's good. No fighting anybody here.
Mm-mm.
I like it.
Mm-mm. And the large band goes really well on this cigar. It's a little close.
Oh, yeah.
On the short.
Yeah, on the short one, this is such a big band. You have to pull it in the first quarter inch.
You have to take it off pretty early. This one you can let it sit on there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I like holding it on the band, not on the tobacco. I like holding it on the band.
Yeah.
So the fact that this is a Gordo helps because I can hold it and it lasts. I can hold it longer with the Gordo. Mm.
Oh yeah, this is pretty decent. Mm-hmm.
This is a nice cigar.
Oh, there's no pepper at all in it. It is a super smooth retro. I'm trying to think of whatever this flavor is. It's I like it a lot.
Well,
it's
there's a touch of spice in it that's really nice.
Yeah. Can't think of it though. Give me a minute. Like I said,
understand.
Thoughts left my mind. I'm no longer thinking that.
Understand. I'm still going off of the radar graph where it's very generic terms.
Yeah.
Earth, wood, spice. Pepper's the only thing that's really fine-tuned on that. So I've trained myself to that, so I think about it in those terms. I haven't worked to the next spoke, the next outer portion of that wheel.
You can put a lot of this through your nose. It does not bother you at all.
No, it's very smooth.
You can pick up tons of flavors.
The retro hell does not bother. It won't bother anybody.
And it's very smoky. I'm partial because I like Gordos. Mm-hmm. So I like the rebirth and their second facing, their second Vitola of the Gordo over the original 4.5 inch.
Yeah, it's
Fat Chicken original.
It's either 4 1/4 or 4.5.
Something like that.
Yeah, I've got it written down in my book.
I already like it better.
I don't feel like reaching.
I already like it better. I'm just biased, I guess. But I mean, if I did want a half-hour cigar, this isn't the one to light.
Oh, and when we talked to Desiree and she told us they were coming out with the Gordo on the Fat Hen, I was like, oh yeah, that's what I want.
Well, clearly you bought a box.
I did. I bought a box of 20. I've taken pictures of it, but I took it with the big camera and I haven't transferred them over to the phone yet to put them on Instagram. On the gram.
Hit me on the gram.
Do they call it on the gram?
On the gram, yeah.
On the gram.
Hit me on the gram. Can I get some more?
Oh, you bet you can.
Okay, thank y'all.
It's good rum. Did you notice what our weight was for the for the boom stand?
He's got a paver.
I grabbed the paver off the ground. But in fairness, this was a paver that was partially on top of another paver, so it wasn't all dirty and mucky underneath.
True. So on the way up here, things have opened up. They're supposed to do like 25% business or something like that.
Yep.
But
for some businesses,
it could just be
we're in Texas,
driven by restaurants doing to go or carry out or whatever. But because I don't go out for dinner, so. It wouldn't have been something I saw before, but there were like the right lane of the road. The drive-thrus were backing up into the road. And I'm like, really? One was like this little Mexican restaurant way up here, and the other one was like the McDonald's. And I thought, what the heck? Okay.
I don't know. We live kind of out there, out in the boonies, so we practice physical distancing
Regularly.
by life. Yeah. We did go to over lunch. We went to the grocery store today, and aside from the paper aisle, they were pretty well stocked. They had signs up limiting, meats and some other things, but you get two packages of ground beef, 2 packages of any other type of packaged beef, 2 of chicken, 2 of pork.
I don't think
things
McDonald's
like that.
was limiting how many hamburgers you could get.
Yeah, probably not. But that's the next concern is supply chain, starting with beef, because beef is a pretty quick turnaround. The next thing would be fruits and vegetables, because they're longer turnaround, longer season. I guess you deal with those in seasons, so we wouldn't really see a shortage on those till later in the year.
Yeah.
But it's strange. When this whole thing started and people started grabbing stuff off the shelves, it was really weird, some of the things they were grabbing.
Yeah.
One of the big surprises to me was potatoes. Why did potatoes go out of stock? Never saw that on the news.
They started a lot
Of course,
of companies back.
you can't see it, but I'm growing potatoes out there, and I planted those before this whole thing started.
I thought it was a little odd, but it's coming back. But did you see the first quarter numbers for the economy?
Mm-mm.
So, when President Obama was in office, we were growing at like 1.5% GDP, right?
Something like that, yeah.
So and that was of course terrible. Right? That's what Trump ran on, that's awful. I'll get it to 3, and everybody's like, you're not getting it to 3. But 2 would be nice. That's what we want to want, and we want to be at 2. Okay?
2.5 is the general goal.
Annual.
Yes.
Annually.
Yeah.
We pulled back 5.8%.
We pulled back.
Negative 5.8% GDP, 1 quarter. So it's 3 years of loss in 4 months. Well, technically 3, because April's not reported in that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, this isn't the kind of thing you should do. Whoopsie.
Well, it's always a question, right? Did they react too much,
Or just right,
just
or
right,
not enough,
or not enough?
Where are we? Nobody
Yeah.
knows. We won't know that
there's
until
no way of
we
knowing.
learn it in another year, probably.
There's really no way of knowing, because you took action. By taking action, you have changed the
Right.
outcome.
Right. Now we know the cat's
Good or
dead.
bad. Yeah. Good or bad, you've changed the outcome.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So,
they definitely
But if the
created
goal,
a very large economic issue.
so one of the conversations I had today was, lady was saying that, because, they did all this stuff, you're just making it take longer. And yes.
Well, part of it is
The answer is yes. But if the goal is, their stated goal is to flatten the curve. So
Yeah.
you don't want to overwhelm
Right.
your medical system in one fell swoop. But
Yeah.
by the same token, if you do overwhelm your medical system in one fell swoop, you get it done and over
Yeah, with deaths.
with deaths. But there's nothing saying that you're necessarily going to prevent deaths.
We just may flatten the deaths
Yeah.
out over time.
Because those that require hospitalization from this, what's the recovery rate?
I think we probably decrease the number of deaths. But the question is, will we rebound with pent up, spending that comes later in the year? And I think the answer is probably no, because nobody earned any money.
Yeah, you have to get people employed.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get people employed. So if everything comes back to 100%, because they're saying we're gonna release the market out to 25%. You can have 25% capacity. Then okay, most people can't make money on 25% capacity.
No.
So you've got some things to overcome. If you can release the market and let the market run, then you can rebound.
Yeah, but we're not going to grow 5.8% in the next 9 months.
People are all about two things. One, spending the money they have. Two, spending the money they don't have. Right? And if you rebound, if jobs come back as fast as they went away, then you'd be pretty darn close to where you were.
This is going to be another example
they're
of
gonna
automation
stretch it
replacing
off.
some of those people.
They're going to
people are not
stretch it
coming
off.
back.
I don't know. I haven't heard of McDonald's, expanding already the kiosks that they have.
I bet they're about to.
Well, the very definition of kiosk is I have to go inside, I have to stand in line, I have to do this. If you have to be 6 feet apart, those lines are going to walk out the door. As soon as it gets hot outside, people are going to stand.
But they could do something like Starbucks did.
And then your drive-through still requires people.
They could do like a Starbucks thing where you order on an app and then come pick it up under a name.
Yeah.
And then you don't need all those registered people who aren't coming back.
Yeah, well, I never, okay. I think 3, 4, maybe 5 times in my life I visited Starbucks, so I'm not the person for that.
I know somebody who uses the app all the time, and it's very smooth and easy, and I could see almost everybody doing a similar thing. No reason everybody has to sit in a drive-through and talk to a person on a speakerphone. They could all order in an app, come by and pick the thing up.
So when they order on an app, it doesn't bother me. Can they just hold out their phone and the person scan a barcode, a QR code, and their order pops up and they're like, oh yeah, this is you.
So in Starbucks, they just, I don't know if like you said, you don't go very much. At Starbucks, they just put your drink on a little shelf that's in front of the thing, and it's already paid for. So, yes, somebody could come steal your drink, and I guess that doesn't happen enough that it costs Starbucks a lot of money. That will probably happen a lot more if McDonald's did it, because that's an entire meal. It could be a family of 4. That's something worth taking.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just did a tiny verification system, it would probably work out just fine.
I don't know that you would, but some folks might be surprised of the things people would take.
No, and that's my point. I'm not. I'm not surprised.
Somebody took my suede jacket covered in baby goobers.
Yeah, but it was still suede. No, I could see this being another incremental but large jump incrementally where we move to more automation, and they just...
It could be.
Because a lot of times companies are
I
just
mean,
looking to fire people, but it's hard to fire people without lawsuits and unemployment and blah, blah. And now here's just an opportunity not to take them back. And you go, wipe your hands of that. Let's prioritize that app.
As long as you have something like an app or a kiosk or something that can replace them, it's fairly easy to do.
They had 4 months to develop one. Expect some to come out. I think we can expect some to come out real soon.
And all those app developers are like, yeah, come to me. Mm-hmm. I'll create that thing for you.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's my thought. I mean, all we've done is push to automation since the 70s. So there's no reason it wouldn't happen to a larger degree now.
I find it funny how we've gone from programs to apps.
Yes. Yeah, it's an application.
But it makes sense. Well, yes, it is an application, but program is easier to say than application. But app, 3-letter scrunch, and we like 3 letters.
But you only pronounce 2 of them.
3-letter scrump.
Even easier. Yeah, that's one that always got me.
I'm liking this.
Was www.
www dot.
Right. www actually takes more effort to say than World Wide Web. World Wide
Yes.
Web is 3 syllables. World Wide Web.
Yes.
W. It's
Yes.
It's why? Why didn't we just say World Wide Web? It's actually easier instead of saying www.
Well, because you don't type World Wide Web. You
No, but
type,
we say www.
You type www. So you say www dot.
I get that. Okay.
But now you don't even have to put the www. You just
No.
put whatever it is, drunkchickencigars.com. Put in promo code CLM 2020 and receive 10% off of your order.
Ah, yes. Well, I'm halfway through this.
And I highly recommend the Gordo Fat Chicken.
Yeah, I do too. This is a win. Being more is better.
Gordo Fat Hen from Drunk Chicken.
Being Gordo is better. I like the longer,
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, and that's why I ordered the Gordo. It was available a couple of weeks before I ordered it, but I kept forgetting. I'd always, I'd be like, I want to order some fat hens. I want to order some fat hens. When I got next to a computer, I forgot. Finally, I remembered. So I ordered a box of 20 of the Fat Hen Gordos.
Yeah.
And 5 of the Mother Cluckers.
Good. I like the Mother Clucker.
And I liked that.
That's my favorite.
Yes, I liked that I got a little wristband. I'm not going to wear a wristband, but I liked that I got a little wristband that said
Smoke
I
strong.
smoked a Mother Clucker.
Oh, okay. Smoke strong would have been nice.
All right, we're going to take a little break. We'll be right back.
Okay. Quick break.
Bada da boom.
Bada da bing, bada ba da boom. Well, I really
Get your CLM koozies. They're great for beer. They're great for water. Summer's coming up. You need a koozie.
I really can't. I'm having a hard time picking out the flavor in this. It's got a little seasoning in it, a little spice,
Yeah, it's got a little spice
it's
in
a little
it. But
anesthetic.
it's what is the spice?
It's a little anesthetic, which always makes me feel like it's just a very light clove, but it doesn't taste like clove. But
No,
clove
not at all.
makes that feeling.
Not at all.
Clove makes that feeling that.
But if you like that hidden bottle of Ron Zacapa, get some Ron Zacapa for the Fat Hen because
Oh, it's a
they
good
go
pairing.
really well together.
Yeah, they do.
Love the Ron Zacapa and Fat Hen.
Yeah, I'm gonna be happy to get out of this. I'm kind of done with the whole.
The COVID thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just it's time. I'm done. I know a lot of people were done a long time ago, but now I'm kind of done. I want to go back and sit in the club. Zoom conferences are fine, but I like to sit in the cigar lounge, have a smoke.
Yeah, it's nice. It's not the same as being face to face
No, it's not.
in the same room. I mean, it means something, and doing it online is just not the same.
Yeah. They do, when you sit around and smoke a cigar online, for those who are not familiar, the term is herf. I've sat in on some herfs.
I don't know why it's called a herf.
And I don't either. They're fine, but they're not the same as sitting.
Yeah,
in a lounge.
being in your local cigar lounge, enjoying the company of others, and what you don't get in a herf that you do get in a lounge is the random people that just walk by.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, and
Meeting that new person.
yeah, and you don't get, those that are fairly new to cigar smoking. You don't get the questions, and you don't get the interaction, or you get an interaction, but it's different.
Right.
And I do tend to prefer the interaction we get at the lounge over the herf.
Well, plus there can be multiple conversations at a lounge, but in a herf, most of these applications, they are not full duplex. So
Right.
one person talks, and if anybody else talks, then it overdoes the mic, and then it gets hesitation, and it's
Yeah, and it's a little clunky still. There's work that needs to be done both on the bandwidth side and on the application side. It's more of a technology problem
it is.
than a people problem.
Well,
So.
except that you might want to start one conversation, and then when that ends, go to another one. But you are required by
that's
application
not
law
how
to be in
life-
one conversation.
That's
right?
not
That's
how
the hard
life
part.
works, right?
Right.
So eventually it needs to work like life works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of done.
But it's better than nothing, that's for sure.
I'm not
hand me the
angry
bottle
about
if
it like
you
a
will.
lot of people. A lot of people are really angry about it. I'm not
No,
as angry about it,
I'm definitely not angry about it.
but I'm also not one of the people who didn't make a wage for 3 months and had to get support from the government, and
True
that
enough.
definitely make me angry.
Yeah. Yeah, it is nice that the work that I do is still needed,
Yeah,
even
yeah,
though we're going through
Same
this.
here. But I'm still kind of done with it. Like, oh, come on, this has got to end soon.
So the company I work for is worldwide and headquartered in Dallas. So when you work, well, I used to go and work at different sites. So when you work remote for a week or two, you notice the difference when you're away from your reporting structure. There is a difference. You don't have the face-to-face momentary talk in the hallway. You don't have, it's very different. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's different.
Yeah.
So I think it's a little bit more. If you don't get the FaceTime, you don't get the person-to-person time. I think that makes the human resource side of managing a business more difficult.
Maybe. I mean, so much of mine was already online anyway. It wasn't that bad. My immediate group, there's less hallway conversation or just shout over the cube. But at the same time, I see, IMs just pop up. Daryl. And then I just respond, here, and then we start a conversation, or they just hit call, and then you're talking. And so it didn't seem to change that much for me, but I did miss all the food in the coffee room. I kind of like that.
Well, whenever I would go and fix myself some coffee, there was always someone there to chat with, and generally different people each time. And when we had folks visiting from out of town, you get to see them, and it's different having that one-on-one versus in that in person versus over the web, because I communicate with people throughout the world on email and chat and things like that.
Yeah.
But I like it better with the one-on-one. And one thing you get, even though you could do the video on the team meeting rooms, you still don't get the full body language.
No, of course not. No.
That you get when you're in a conference room. So body language says a lot about what people are thinking.
That's true. Yeah.
And you can get more I think you can get more information with the body language in person than you can with what little body language you get over a conference call with a video.
Yeah, if we do video, the video is of the other person's screen or my screen. It's not of me or them.
Well, so I've got a piece of tape covering my camera.
Of course.
So my camera is fairly well useless. But since we've been doing this whole thing, people have been more about turning on their camera in the team meetings and showing their face.
Yeah.
Right. But not me.
I've not experienced that. Nobody turns their camera on.
No.
Everybody just shows their screen. Here's look at this data. That's what it is. It's all. Or look at this presentation.
My VP, my technically junior VP, my VP did a series of meetings with folks in her group to just to touch base and see how people were doing. It wasn't so much of a work see how you're doing as a personal see how you're doing. Right? How are you dealing with working from home and and having all these remote meetings where normally you had mostly in-person meetings because we're at headquarters, doing mostly in-person meetings and every now and then doing remote meetings. And everybody turned on their camera except for me. So I could have stood out in that regard.
They're like, "Hey, Bill, are you naked?"
I'm like, well, my camera is covered with tape, and the lid is closed, and it's under the TV that I'm using as a monitor because TVs are cheaper than monitors.
And just as good a resolution.
Yeah. So I'm not going to go through all the effort that it's going to take to peel tape off for this. So sorry, but this is what you get.
Yeah. The personal aspect is going to come back. Honestly, I don't know how much the next generation is going to care about that because they text so much and don't see each other in person anyway that I don't think the next generation is going to care so much.
They may not, but
my
I
kids
do.
Don't seem to. But we still want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still at the point where we don't trust somebody unless we see the whites of their eyes.
That's one way of saying it, yeah. It's the body language. The body language tells you a lot. You do not get that through text, email, or a little bitty video screen.
No.
You just don't.
Like I said, the kids today don't think about it or care. They may pick up on body language in the presence of their friends, but...
this makes me wonder, how would the book by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People,
be rewritten today?
Be written today. Yeah.
To be fair, probably the same. I mean, that is a real tried and true classic.
Everything still applies.
It does.
But in that book, there's a lot
30s?
of one-on-one examples. I want to say 30s.
So it's almost 100 years
late
old.
Late 30s, early 40s. There's a lot of in-person examples in that book that you may not the generation younger than us, your kids' generation, may not necessarily care about. So
yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
But it's interesting. It's a good book. If you haven't read How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, highly recommend it. It's a great book.
Hugely popular in the 80s for business people. But that's just because they needed to win friends and influence people. But the truth is everyone needs to know these bits of information.
It's not the title of the book is not necessarily what the book is about.
It's not. And it
The
makes you
book
feel
is
it's for
about
salesmen, but it's not.
interpersonal relations.
It is.
Is what the book is about.
It is. Yeah. It's an excellent book. I mean, it comes as a PowerPoint presentation now. It comes as a book. It comes as an audio book. I mean, he made it with the Carnegie Institute, so it's basically free, and it's still true today. I read it. I used it as a bedtime story for my kids.
You should, yes.
I mean, when they were older. I mean, some of the stories he recants in it are not for like 4-year-olds, but when they were like 10, I was like, no, we're gonna learn something tonight. And some of the stories are about gangsters, and and they're like, oh, that sounds cool. So they were kind of interested, especially when you heard about what some of these gangsters thought, because they thought they were good guys. I didn't think they were doing anything wrong. But
Perception.
That's true of everybody.
Perception.
That's the point he makes in the book. Is that
Perception.
everybody thinks they're right.
But the lessons in the book are true today as they ever were.
Oh, yeah.
See all the smoke coming off of that?
That was a good amount of smoke. Again, look at that. Perfect burn.
Yeah. Yeah, this is
No
just...
correction. The flavor is great. Even though, apart from it's a very mild, and it's got a very mild anesthetic effect. It doesn't quite taste like clove.
No.
But the feeling in my mouth is clove.
Yeah, but as soon as you drink that rum, that antiseptic type feeling goes away.
Mm-hmm.
That Zacapa is a great pairing for this cigar.
It is, yeah. No, I think a sweet rum goes really well with this.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that's funny is often you use sweets to tame some of the super bolds. That's not what it's doing here.
No,
That's not
no.
its action here.
No.
Its action here is to augment the mild flavors, which is very nice. It's really great.
It's good. It's a
Yeah,
good cigar.
I know. I know that's why you bought a box of them.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to buy a box of something I don't care for.
There's very few things I buy a box of anymore. We just have to try so many different
yeah.
various things. We
Well,
don't have time to go back to our favorites.
Yeah, we're doing this podcast, so we have to fill our humidors with things that...
Huge variety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's different, but I've been looking at larger humidors online so that I could fill it with boxes of things that I like.
You're right. Well, I've been thinking about that too, starting to make a collection, starting to get a few more so that I got 400 or 1,000 when this kind of thing happens again. Because right now I have like 3 humidors. Each one probably has 70, so I maybe have 150 cigars.
Yeah, and I have less.
Yeah, right now you do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I may have a little more than 70 right now, but...
Yeah, I still want to pick me up some short stories.
Yeah, end of night cigars, sure.
Yep. And I would really love to have some more big blocks.
I still got half a box at home.
Do you?
Yeah. You want to bring some? I'll bring some over.
Yeah. I like the big blocks.
Yeah, me too.
They're great cigars, and for as big as they are, I mean the 6x60 that they have, the 7x70.
Well, the big block's 7x70.
Yeah, 7x70 that they have, it still doesn't kill you, and it's a 7x70.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a 6x60, and it doesn't.
No.
This is pleasant.
Yeah, this is great. No problems. Yeah, the most popular, I think, is the Robusto size.
We need to talk to Desiree again.
Well, I said we would. We're going to. They'll be back. We'll bring them back. Well, my hope was, because they're coming out with a second of each of the 5, right? A second size of each of the 5. And once those get all fully out, maybe we get a chance to try them. Bring them back. It'll be good.
Oh, and Mother Clucker. I got some Mother Cluckers.
You know, that's my favorite. So I'm gonna be hitting that. I'll swipe you some big blocks for 'em.
For some Mother Cluckers?
Sure.
You betcha. Yeah, they're in there. They're in there. I got it. If you don't have Fat Hen and Mother Cluckers in your collection, you need to.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah. These are good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very pleased with this discovery. I just ran across them. I don't remember how already. I already don't remember how.
It doesn't matter. These are great. I said when it was lower, when it was upper, I don't hit it.
But no. Liar. Yeah, I hit this one pretty hard, unfortunately. I really plowed through it.
You went through it pretty quick.
Yeah.
I think I did more talking than you did.
I just enjoyed it, so I kept hitting it. The good news is it didn't get hot on me, because I hate it when they get hot on you.
Yeah.
This one didn't do that, so that's nice.
Yeah. Well, the doctor that lives over the hill, his doctor friend, the guy he works with, smoked cigars and brought me some from overseas. Thank you very much. I'm gonna keep some Mother Cluckers and some Fat Hens for him.
You should. You should. We got to have smokes
Pay it
with
back.
him more often.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we need to get him on the show because he's got that whole ER doctor perspective
Sure, might be fun.
that he could bring to the
Well,
whole
especially
conversation.
he could talk about what he experienced with COVID. So we probably should do that. Wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, and
Good to have him around. He's fun.
Yeah, oh yeah, and he smokes cigars from all over. So
Oh, yeah?
yeah, he likes to go off to places.
Well, he probably does a lot of vacations.
And he's a health nut while he's at it.
Well, I find that I do kind of. I always thought for the longest time I thought people who worked out on vacation were insane. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? But then what happens is if you go on vacation and you've been working out and you come back and you didn't work out, it's like you're starting over, and it's so demoralizing. It's better just to work out while you're on vacation so that you're not just dead when you come back. Seriously, a week off, you set yourself back a month.
Yeah,
And that's been a problem during this shelter at home.
It's called maintaining.
Yeah, I've been trying to work out at home, and it's just not the same.
It's
But
not the same.
I think I've kept up a little bit, but it's just I'm not doing awesome.
You trade off for everything.
Yeah. Well, I missed the most is my steam room. I really like the steam room. I want to get back for the steam room.
Do we need to start building steam rooms rather than the porches?
Well, if we build porches on all the houses, maybe. Maybe.
Hey, we do a good job with porches.
Yeah, we do. Case in point.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and on this one, we had full mechanical advantage.
Oh, the scissor lift makes a huge difference. The tractor makes or mini tractor, whatever that's called.
Yeah,
Micro
subcompact.
Subcompact.
Yeah.
Makes a huge difference. It's really nice when
Mechanical advantage is great.
you can lift all the shingles up with a machine instead of over your shoulder on a ladder.
Well, and really, this porch had more high weight material
Yeah, it did.
than any porch we've done.
Yeah. It did. Very high weight material.
Pat's porch, your brother's porch, was
Volume of material.
a lot of material,
Yes.
but it was individually very manageable.
Except that one.
Jesus.
That one. What was that? A 24-foot pressure treated 6x6?
No, it was a 16-foot pressure-treated 6x6.
No, they were longer than that. We cut them to 16. I think there was 20 when we had to lift it.
Oh, on the two on the end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
the
were
one
20 or
the one that
24.
hit my shoulder.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Well, Well, I got hit in the shoulder by a 6x6, and you got hit in the head by a hammer. Your own hammer, I might add.
My own hammer. Mistakes were made.
Yeah, and the worst part of it was, I didn't see it happen.
No, that's true. That's true. There was no footage.
I was facing the wall, doing the runner for that, and you sat down and said, "Well, that hurt," or something that.
I said, "That's where I put that
that's where I put that hammer." Yeah, yeah. And I turn around. You're already sitting down, and Pat's looking at you like, and I'm like, "What happened?"
So what happened?
The worst part was no sense was knocked into him.
The worst part was no
What
sense was
happened-
knocked into him. Yes, thank you. Thanks
What
for
happened
it. Yeah.
was I had a regular 6-foot scissor ladder, and
A-frame.
I had A-frame, and I had left the hammer on the paint bucket shelf, and I didn't remember where I left the hammer, and I grabbed the ladder to go move it, and I dumped the hammer on my head, and I was like, "Ow." And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sit down before I fall down. So I just sat down, and I said, "That's where I put that hammer." And Pat was like, "What?" Yeah, so
Yeah.
mistakes were made.
But that's an excellent porch we built.
Yeah, it was a fun porch.
I loved the comment of Tim. You know, people talk about building stuff.
Yeah,
You guys do it.
yeah.
After him, Pat telling him, "Oh no, Daryl and Bill, they're going to come down. They're going to come up.
And
They're
build a porch."
We're going to
He's like,
build a porch."
"No,
Tim's
they're
like,
not."
"No, they're not." And then we did.
And he's like, "I can't believe you're
He's
here."
like, "Oh." And the party where Tim was at happened before the porch was totally finished.
Yeah.
I mean, that was on Friday. We didn't finish till Saturday. So it's like,
Okay.
you need a cigar dagger is what you need.
Nah. No, those are silly.
Well, let's go ahead and close around. Let's,
Yep.
let's
All right. Wonderful night.
great night.
I feel better.
Lovely. And you're wearing a white jacket. All right. We love you guys. Y'all take care. I feel better. Heck yeah.